Yo, I think we are live. Welcome to issue 58, I believe this is, of Married with Issues Live. I'm Soldier Only.
One and only Fuchsia. Hello.
Welcome, welcome. Hope
I'm
everyone's having a good Saturday. And
I'm pulling
yeah.
up the chat and everything now. I'm a special kind of special.
Oh, yeah.
My phone's delayed. Oh, there it goes. Hey
Got it.
Carlito, thanks for joining us. Good to see you. Gotta check out that horror movie that he tagged me in.
What one was it?
It was on Instagram. It was what was the name of it? I can pull it up. It looked good, is what I do know. It was the Black Coat's daughter.
The Black Coat's Daughter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard of that.
Yeah, it looks good. We might have to watch it.
Yeah, it sounds...
I know you like horror so much more than I do. I am surprised I didn't tell you sooner. I meant to.
I mean, growing up, I was a huge fan of horror. I mean, I don't watch it as much as I used to back then.
Until it comes to it and clowns.
I hate clowns.
They're not so bad.
And I have
not so bad.
a feeling.
Actually, sometimes they kind of are, but still. Anyways.
I have a feeling the original is a big reason for that, for me hating clowns as much as I do.
That could be the root of why a lot of people hate clowns.
Oh, I think so.
I think what scared me more than it and that clown, it was Split Second.
Split Second.
You don't remember Split Second?
A movie?
Yeah, it was a horror movie. It was the first movie I ever watched that scared the living shit out of me.
It sounds familiar, but I can't think of what one it is.
It's the one where it's like this, there's this monster guy and he's like killing people, and then the cop detective that's hunting him down is like always drinking coffee and staying up late, and it's like the name of it is Split Second because it's like he's so fast and he gets away with it that it's like I don't know how else to explain it. I haven't seen it since I was like 6, 7, 8.
Just now when you were explaining that and with the title of it, it just a movie came to mind that I haven't watched or even thought of in a long time. But it was I think it was Nick of Time or In the Nick of Time, and I think it was Johnny Depp that was actually in it.
I don't recall that.
I just remember watching it way back in the day, and it's like Nick of Time or In the Nick of Time or something like that. But
I hadn't heard of it either. Been out since 2017. It just came on Netflix. Ooh, yeah, we'll have to watch it on Netflix.
Oh, so it's on Netflix.
We caught up on Lucifer on Netflix, and we haven't started the Umbrella Academy yet. Like, we plan to, but we haven't started it yet. And so, yeah, we should definitely watch it.
Yeah, we got definitely a lot of stuff to watch.
Oh, by far. We have so much to watch. Hey, Andy from England. Thanks for joining us. Hey, NYC. Thanks for joining us as well. I'm still learning to speak into a mic. It's kind of weird.
Oh, yeah. Carlito said a horror expert / critic I follow in respect recommended it, and I was bored. So, yep.
Yeah. See, and I know you got good taste, so we'll have to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember Split Second? It was an old movie, but it was like one of the first movies that ever scared me as a kid. Next to the House on Haunted Hill and 13 Ghosts, I really loved.
13 Ghosts, yeah.
That one scared me, but I really loved it.
That one
Ghost Ship was really good too.
Yeah, that one was good. 13 Ghosts had some really good like monster design, like ghost designs.
Yeah.
And it had kind of like a really awesome like kind of backstory on it.
It did.
Yo, really NYC, what's going on, Kavi?
Thanks for joining us. Hey, Sean, stay puff.
Stay puff.
Thanks for joining us as well. We just got back from the LCS like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, we literally just barely got back. I'm surprised that we made it back as close to showtime as we did, even though once again, we were a few minutes late, but.
We meant to get out of the house earlier, but we kind of slept in this morning.
Oh, Andy also asked if we watched Swamp Thing. We haven't seen it yet. We actually almost bought the DVD we saw it at Target a couple weeks back, but we weren't able to get it. But we do plan on getting it soon.
Yes, we do plan on it
because I do want to watch it.
There's one that I actually fell in love with. It was on TV, and I was surprised that it was on TV, but it was Harley Quinn, the animated series.
Yeah.
That was so good. I loved watching that. Like, I want to watch more. And it was on Sci-Fi, and so I've been trying to catch it the next time it's on Sci-Fi, and I'm not seeing it anywhere. And I'm like, I just want to watch more Harley Quinn. That animated series that DC put out was just so good. Like, the content was so adult and just hilarious that
The
I loved
animation
it.
was really good too.
The animation was really good. Hey, Super Russ, thanks for joining us as well.
Yo, buddy. Yeah, and I don't know why it was on Sci-Fi. Like
I don't know why either.
it
at,
was on
like,
just that one time.
yeah, it was on at like 8 or 9, maybe 10.
Yeah, and it seemed like that they like marathon the whole season or something. But we cut like the end of it. I think where we only saw like what 3 episodes or something like that.
I think so. Don't mind me. I'm just kind of taping some bags that weren't taped yet from the LCS.
Oh, Stay Pup said, did you all see Jeffrey? Comic-Con came on the show today.
I missed it.
No, yeah,
I
we
had
were out
the
hunting.
yeah. Well, I had the show on when we were getting ready. I saw when California Blend was on
Yeah.
and the sketch covers. I saw some of that, and then there was another person on there too. Princess. I was watching most of it, and I had it in the background when we were getting ready, and then I don't know what happened. Like, I think my phone just like timed out because the guy's off out and about getting ready. That it like I didn't see that part. We're gonna have to catch that part on the rewind.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to watch the rewind on that.
I'm so glad Jeffrey's back. It's Jeffrey Comic-Con.
Yeah, I really wanna see that for sure.
Yeah, because I had the start of the show on the background when we were getting ready.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened. It just. I don't know.
Well, yeah.
I had it on my phone and then. But I was going I was like going in and out from the bedroom to the.
Well,
and I also had it on the charger.
Well, like,
'cause it was
and like you
dying.
said, when we finally did get out of the house to go hunting, like you said, we made it out later than we wanted to.
Yeah, we didn't leave till like 2.
Yeah, because
Or like 2:30.
yeah, because we
Usually
actually
we're
wanted
out of here by like 11.
Yeah, because we wanted
or
to go to a
noon.
couple other places.
That we might go to afterwards.
Yeah,
so.
we might have to do that after the show.
We'll definitely have to catch that part on the replay. You had an excellent panel though for what I did see. I think it might have been just that my phone was dying. I had it on the charger. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I don't think you put it on the charger last night.
I usually don't. I try, but I always forget. I need 2 chargers, one for the bedroom and one for the living room.
I know.
That's what I
I
need.
always just move mine back and forth. It's a pain, but sometimes.
Oh, but yeah, we found 2 books for you, Puff, on our hunt.
Yep.
I did find you 2 books. See, these are yours. I'm gonna send them out to you. But they're the Punisher Word Journal, and this one's a countdown. We found 79 and 80. So these are going out to you. I noticed that you didn't have them from the list that you sent. So this is what we got for you today at the second place we went to. And
and the
really
guy there
thought-
even said how those higher number war journals can be tough to find.
Yeah.
Because they're, it was kind of a low print run series, anyways. But then
Yeah.
especially when you get up to those higher numbers.
Yeah. So then this one was 79 and 80 that we're going to send out to you. They were the ones that I was able to find. I looked for everything else, and they just didn't have it. I'm like, oh, why don't they have it? They need to have it.
Yeah, when we get into the his and her hunt, like what we found today,
Yes.
you'll notice this one was definitely
Heavily him.
heavily favored. Heavily favored on my side.
I was looking more for everybody else, but everything that it was all gone. Like, they didn't have what I was looking for. I'm like,
we've had those times though where you're having a better time than I am. Like, I won't find anything. Like, remember, for instance, on my birthday this year, my birthday hunt.
oh, I found so much
You-
more than you,
You
on
found
your birthday
so
hunt.
much more. than
So
me.
much more.
Like, I remember I came out
That's
of there
sweet.
with
Those
only
are
a
hard to
couple
find.
books.
That's why I when I spotted them, I was like, I have to get them. There's not a doubt in my mind it's going
Yeah,
to be done. So
for
I got
sure.
him. And happy birthday to Kachun. I think I saw him in the chat. Maybe. I could be wrong, but no, he
Yeah,
is in the chat.
yeah,
See, happy
Kachun's there.
birthday, Kachun. That Moon Knight statue that Delphia
Oh.
got you is beautiful.
Yeah,
So
she just
good.
Pisha just showed that to me right before we went on, and that one's killer. I hadn't seen that one before either. There's like a couple different Moon Knight statues that I've seen that I'd love to get sometime, but I hadn't seen that one before.
Yeah, that's a really good statue. It looked good. Definitely.
Oh yeah, Kaching. Yeah, they spent some quality time on that wall display.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we did.
yeah, because for some people this might be the first time seeing
The background, his
yeah,
and
our new
hers.
background. Now it's more
Mhm.
his and hers instead of Marvel and DC.
Which I love. I got my Poison Ivy right there with the Poison Ivy figure in the same costume, and then I got the Pez that I got from those guys in that one time. And uh, uh, who was it? It was we heard, but no, who was it? It was somebody when we were on Tuesday. Big Line Cat. We're saying those guys are coming back. They had news.
It was Who Dat.
Hudak, yes,
Yeah.
that's what it was. Hudak had informed us that those guys are making a comeback. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see who they get next. But yeah, that little Pez is the one I got from those guys with the first appearance of Scott Lang as Scott Lang, and then the first appearance of Scott Lang as Ant-Man, and then the second appearance, and then that giant thing. But yeah. Yeah, and I did post a picture on Instagram of like a close up because you kind of can't really see from here as well. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think Kachink said, it's 1 in 2,000. So
Ooh,
yeah,
that's way awesome. She knocked it out of the park with that one. That's
yeah.
a really good statue.
Yeah.
Really good one. Definitely agree. The bar is set high.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
See, and I think so. This first stack is actually from
The second place.
well, no, this one's actually from a hunt from like a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, because we didn't end up going live and like
Yeah,
yeah.
because this issue
That
58 was actually originally supposed to air a couple weeks ago, but I mean, when we were supposed to go
Yeah, it was 2
live
weeks
like a
ago.
couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, we ended up not going live that weekend, and
I think it was like 2 weeks ago.
so yeah, this issue's been it's kind of been coming for a couple weeks.
That's true.
So this one's like some older stuff. This one I did find today though.
Yes,
So
you
that
did,
one
yeah.
I'll set aside for today's. But let's see. So here's Spawn 201. I was able to find this one. I can't remember. This was actually from eBay, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because I don't think I found this in the wild. Or wait, no. Was it? No, actually, I think I did find it in the wild, but
I'm not sure.
I almost pulled the trigger on eBay, and then I found it in the wild, if I remember right.
I think that's what it was.
But it's definitely an issue. Now I'm going to be collecting the Submariner first series. So here's Submariner 47.
You collect a lot of stuff.
I mean,
I don't collect as much. He had a much harder time figuring out what books he wanted to put on his side of the wall than I did. I was like, oh, this one, this one, this one. And he just had like a stack in his hand of like, well, I want to put this one, but I want to put this one. I was like, just prioritize it down and just, it's okay.
I love this Doom cover.
It is a really cool Doom cover.
By Gil Kane and John Romita.
The books that I was going to show from like the last week or two are out in the living room. I can go grab them.
Yeah, you can go grab them while I work my way through
I'll
this
be right
stack.
back, guys. Pulling a rookie move again. I'm just never prepared.
I know. I almost had to drag you in here.
You did not. You lie.
Well,
You didn't have to drag me in here. I was eating snacks, and I had to wash my hands.
All right. So up next, I'm actually getting close to finishing this one. So here's Supervillain Team Up number 7 and number 11. I actually got number 8 today.
You got number 8 today?
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll come up on that one later. Here's Detective 1022. So that was one of the new ones from a couple weeks ago.
I'm back. Hey, McD, thanks for joining us.
Yo,
Good to
brother.
see you.
What's going on, McD? Hope you're having a good Saturday.
I didn't realize we were going to show these books. I thought we were just going
I
to
know.
ones from
That's
today.
why I'm just kind of working through them a little fast. Here's Giant Size Dracula number 4. This is actually my first one of this series. I definitely need to work on my like Tomb of Dracula and in that series. I'm going to start on here soon.
Yes.
And this one, Fuchsia actually found this one, and because she had a feeling that I would like it, and she was definitely right. And there's only 3 issues in this short run, and this is number 3, Sundance Kid number 3. It's from August of 1971.
Well, it's the classic
With,
stuff, like Billy and the Sundance Kid.
Yeah, with a cover by Dick Ayers.
Mm.
But yeah, Fuchsia knows that. Growing up, I used to watch a lot of westerns with my grandpa and stuff, and some
I
of
found
our
it and I had to get it, and I was like, without hesitation, the second I saw it, I was like, I have to get this. I'm gonna go show it to him right now, and I did.
yeah, I was floored by it.
You can send it to me real quick if you want, Carlito.
What happened?
I need to message one of you for a question. Who should I message? I would probably say
either one really, but yeah, probably you since you have your phone up right there.
either or. But if you guys notice, he's really bad at responding to messages, and I mean, he's even really bad at responding to messages to me too. Like on the daily, he's the worst. He just doesn't ever check his phone. There'll often be times where I've sent like 5 or 6 different messages that he still hasn't looked at the first one, and it's been over like 3 hours span time, and
I know I'm terrible. Like I finally earlier today when we were out hunting, I finally replied to a message on IG from McD, and I'm sorry, bro, but I think he probably sent it like. I don't know. I think it'd probably been a few days.
you gotta check your messages.
I know.
You've got
I need
mail.
to do more. I mean, but
You've got mail. You gotta check it.
There's so much that I handle and do on, like on the phone because I handle all like my
Exactly,
stuff.
you're already
but
on
then
your phone, and so if you're already on your phone, well, you just go over and see that you got a message, and then you read it.
I know, but then I also handle like Married with Issues. All
That's just because you're an overachiever.
I know. I do it
you,
to myself.
you do that all on your own.
Yeah, I think this is our first one of this series. Original Ghost Rider number 3 on that one.
He really does need to check his messages.
Yeah,
he gets
I
so
noticed.
behind
I
on
noticed
them.
this question here. It's due by Werewolf. How long have you guys been married, and how long have you had issues?
We've had issues for 7 years, I would say. No, we met April of 2013, and then got married August 23rd of 2017. So August 23rd this year will be our 3 years married.
Married, yeah.
But we've been together since April of 2013, and I was 23 going on 24 when we met. Yeah.
Yeah. We've been together 7.
Which is interesting because there's an Incubus song, Promises, and it's like I'm on the verge of, I'm only 23.
I'm only 23.
Yeah, I'm only 23 for another hour, give or take, and it's a really good song. It's one of our songs, but yeah.
Yeah, because you were turning 24 like right after we met.
Like a matter of
pretty
like 3 weeks.
much. Yeah,
Yeah.
like right after.
It's pretty quick. So yeah, we've been together 7 years, married 3, and then we've been collecting comics together since 2016 or 16. I think that's been about 2 years, 3 years.
Well,
16,
if it was
17.
16, that would be 4 years. But I think it was.
My math is
It was
bad.
2017 or 2018.
I think it was 2017.
It was the January right after Legacy started. Because I remember.
I think it was 17.
Yeah, because I think Marvel Legacy started like in the fall of 2016 or 17, and the first time we went to the comic book store was like the January after that. Because I remember when we got back collecting, we kind of lucked out because Legacy had just started, so it was a little easier, at least on the Marvel side of things, to kind of jump in.
I went straight for indie before I went for anything else.
This Avengers was actually in the quarter bin. 226.
Oh, I forgot you got that one. Not the one you're holding, but the next one you're going to show. I forgot
Yeah,
about
these next
that.
ones are kind of funny.
I just got to show these real quick. They are the ones I've already posted them to Instagram, and I love them. They're the 2 ones that I decided to get was the 80th anniversary. So of course I had to get the Art Germ Catwoman 80th anniversary because it's like an homage, if I can talk. It's an homage to her third issue out of the 4-issue mini that she had before she had her first ongoing with Balin. So I had to get that one because it's actually a birthday book. It was April of '89, and it was the third issue, and my favorite number of all time is 3.
Which it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's like one of the most cosmic books for you.
It is. It really is. So I definitely had to get that one. And then this was the other one that I got, and I love it. It is so beautiful. I was going to put it up on the wall, but it doesn't fit in a top loader. It's too tight. And so I'll probably just still have it down on display, but I love this cover. So those were the 2 Catwoman 80th anniversary ones that I got.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm trying to get it without the glare, but yeah.
I think I might have forgot
beautiful.
mine. Because I think mine were in a different spot out there.
Probably, but that's okay.
Well, yeah, I'll keep. Yeah, I don't think I have 'em. The 2 that I got was the Adam Hughes one, and then the the Delato.
Delato.
Yeah.
Yep, it was Delato. I am proud that I was born in the 80s technically, but not necessarily because I was born in 89. So it was like the last possible year, but it was still within the first 6 months of the year that it's like 89. 89 was a good year.
Yeah. So this next one was in the quarter bin as well, and I don't really know much about this, but I just thought it was funny because it was a number 1, and so I just figured, oh hell, I mean you never know, and it was only a quarter, but
Yeah. The Thunder Bunny.
Thunder Bunny number 1. I don't know if any of you guys have heard anything about this, but it's from a Red Circle Comics group. Yeah,
I think it was in the quarter bin.
Yeah, it was Thunder Bunny number 1.
And then this one is already a key on the Key Collector app, as though I don't really know why. I know why. I know what it's on the Key Collector app for, but
it's probably not really gonna.
I just don't really see it being that significant of a thing. But it was still a really good read. I enjoyed it. It was kind of like a standalone, and so it was the Catwoman 22. So I've already read this one that we got a couple weeks ago. I actually really enjoyed the read. It was something that had happened before one of the other issues, so it was kind of like a standalone kind of story thing, and it was a good read. I enjoyed it. It was Catwoman 22.
Yeah, I'm a few issues behind on that run.
On the Key Collector app, it was because of the 2 Dust Bunny villain team up. It is why it was on the Key Collector app, but it's more just like a one shot. Like they didn't survive near the end of. They didn't get away. Oh well, spoilers. My bad.
Well, nah.
My bad.
Yeah. So that group isn't really gonna like add to much, really, So yeah. I just totally had like a brain fart. I can't remember what the hell I was gonna say.
That's a new one on me.
Oh yeah, yeah. Super Russ said that's a new one on me. Kachung said 89 was the first time he bought a comic with his own money. August 1990 stepped first into a comic shop.
I was just reading that as you were saying it. That is awesome. That's really awesome.
See, and I kind of do have a plan of just making some pre-recorded videos where I kind of talk about kind of like my comic origin and stuff. Because I used to collect back in the 90s as well too, and then I was out of it for a long time and all that. So, but yeah, I've kind of been thinking of doing like a couple, like I don't know if it'd be a couple of videos or I don't know, like
maybe
a series.
It's in the works. Keep an eye out.
Yeah, just keep an eye out for it. This was another.
That's awesome though, Katrina. That's way awesome.
I can't remember. This one is from Marvel, but yeah, this was another quarter bin. Super Soldiers number 1.
Yes.
And it's got kind of like a Cable looking guy, but it's not Cable. But it says the UK's own Super Soldier meets the US agent in this first issue extravaganza.
I didn't really
and it's got that 90s chromium.
I didn't really start collecting until after we both went together. Because beforehand I had only a few books, like maybe 1 or 2. I could trade paperback in an issue. but I didn't start actually collecting until we went together, and then and even then I was more of just a reader, and then I got
At
bitten by
first,
like the
yeah.
collection bug, and I've just skyrocketed from there where I'm like collecting so much now.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
love it.
yeah. Because I've always been 50-50 between like collector and a reader.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and you've definitely balanced that out more.
It's balanced out a little bit better.
And this one was actually in the quarter bin as well. And I got this one. We're both big fans of Neil Gaiman, but I kind of
Yes.
got this like for you. I hadn't really
Because he
heard of
does
this
that
either.
often, actually. He'll just get books for me, and I'm like, why?
This one's from Techno Comics, but it's Neil Gaiman's Mr. Hero, the Pneumatic Man, and I hadn't really
Me too, McD.
heard
Me
too much
too.
about that.
I'm a very grumpy 80-year-old woman inside. Like, even
Oh,
last night, he was in here messing around with stuff, and I was out there, and I had my phone broadcasting on the TV, and I was just, like, watching music videos, and I was falling asleep, and he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to be tired. I don't want to go to bed yet, but I am just so tired. True story.
That's how I've been lately too.
This is one that I've already read. It came out a couple weeks ago. It was Postal. It was a really good issue. I can't wait to see what happens next. I can't believe what happened at the end of this one. That's one that I picked up a couple weeks ago. And then this one was a good read as well. Ragnarok. I really love this Simonson Thor Ragnarok. It's a good story. Hela was just in this issue. It was very interesting. I enjoyed it. I'm just kind of skimming through these real quick. These two I still need to read. So I still need to read Books of Magic 19. As I drop it. Books of Magic 19. So that one I still need to read. And then I also still need to read Hellblazer number 6. But these are just from the last haul that we were going to do
God, that
like
series
2
is
weeks
up.
ago.
That series is up to issue 6 already.
Yeah, and it's good.
Wow.
I need to read 6 and 19 in Books of Magic. I have about House of Whispers, Lucifer. Yeah, so besides these 2 books, I think I only have 2 or 3 others. And then I'm completely caught up on the Sandman universe. Current Sandman
That's
universe
crazy
books.
because you were quite a bit behind. And
I got behind. Like, there's like a stack like this big. And I read them all. I got addicted. And then this one I actually found on our last hunt, and it was really cool because like when I looked it up, it was a special number 1, and it is a standalone, and it's Sandman Orpheus, 1991. So it's like its own little standalone story, and I have been wanting to read it for a while now. I've only had it for like 2 weeks, but this was one that I found that I had to get. And then there was one Sandman one. I found a story arc part 1 through 6, and I was like this close to getting it until I realized that I already have them all in trade. It was, I think, Dollhouse.
Yeah, I think it was that, yeah.
I think it was Dollhouse. And I came like that close to getting all 6 of them. And I'm like, well, I do already have it in trade. But I found all 6 of the single issues together. The completionist in me wanted to go ahead and buy all 6. But I was like,
well, we actually have it collected twice because we also have those Sandman omnibuses too.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly. And so I had actually changed my mind and put those back.
Yeah.
But I still had to get this one, which is Sandman Overture number 1 extra sized issue. So it's the number 1 to Sandman Overture. And we have this one in trade, and I love it. It is such a good read. Overture was really good. I enjoyed it. And so I just like, when I have a lot of books in trade, I like to at least get the first issue of that trade. And then I'm usually happy with just the trade. But I just kind of like collecting the first issue of a trade that I already have collected in a trade.
Yeah, and was that all yours from?
From 2 weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah, from the previous hunt. Okay, so yeah, getting into this one, yeah, you'll notice how some of them aren't bagged and boarded because, like I said, we literally just got home. Normally, um, when we make it back in enough time, we usually bag and board and catalog, um, everything that we just got before we go on. But so yeah, some of these aren't boarded yet, but I was stoked on that. So there's a couple new ones first. Batman Adventures Continue #1.
I read the message from Carlito.
Oh wait, I actually got to start this first.
I'll respond to that later.
I totally forgot about this.
Yeah.
I had emailed our LCS about this.
He wasn't sure if it was the Legends or if it was.
Yeah. At first, because when you have like figures or stuff like that in our LCS, there's like a bag and board in your hold with like a note saying like what the figure is or whatever, and it said Punisher War Machine, and I was like, I don't think I messaged them about that, because like I already know McD has had gotten it, and so I was like, asked him about it, and then it was this, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I completely forgot about it, and Dave was like, oh yeah, it's a pop, and he was like, wait, a pop? What?
Yeah, I totally forgot that they were even doing it. And it is the Punisher War Machine version of it, and he looks good.
I can't wait to read that Batman Adventures. I've been hearing good things,
yeah.
and I am super excited for that one. I thought you were gonna say something.
Oh yeah, well yeah, I was reading about it because it looks like McD said I love the Batman Adventures Continue. It's a great read. That's good. And that makes me happy to hear that because I've really been looking forward to it.
That's one that I really want to read. I've been hearing good things about it. And then these are the ones that we picked up today. There's not too much of them. This one I'm super stoked for. Something is Killing the Children. John's Comics with Kids and a few others, I think NYC and JP or a few others did a review on this the other day or this past week. And I really enjoyed watching it, and I can't wait to read this issue because I think it's been a really good series so far. I've been enjoying it. And the review that they had, I agreed with some of them on what was being said. And yeah, if you haven't seen the review of it, you should totally go back and watch it. But this one I'm excited to get because it's, to my surprise, it's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Like, I'm enjoying it a lot more than I thought I was going to. But I am super stoked to read #7. So that one came out.
Yeah, I haven't even read that series yet.
Yeah, you need to.
This one I'm really looking forward to. And wasn't it Drew Manchu that we saw kind of talking about this, that he really enjoyed it?
They grow up too fast, Andy, that's for sure.
All right. And so here's Death Metal #1.
Maybe before you know it, he'll be out and then you'll just be able to take over the room. I like that we're in a 2-bedroom apartment because then we have this room for our comics and then we have like our bedroom in the living room. But yeah, because we're able to smoke in our apartment, but we don't smoke in the office. We don't dare smoke in here.
Did you say we have our bedroom in the living room?
Our bedroom?
Or did you say we have our bedroom and the living room?
And?
And.
Did I not say and?
I don't know. To me, I thought I heard we have the bedroom in the living room. Which is funny because I kind of proposed that idea a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you did.
But yeah.
You wanted to move the bed out into the living room to watch movies. I'm like, we can watch movies in the bedroom.
I know,
but the TV out here is so much better. Well, then you can move the bed yourself. That was my response. I'm like,
probably.
You can go for it. But no, I think I said and. I'm not sure. I often forget what I said right after I said it.
No, you could have, but when you say that fast, it sounds like in,
Yeah.
So I don't know, you could have.
Special kind of special, guys.
Batman and the Outsiders 13. I can't remember how much of this series I've read yet.
Oh my goodness.
God.
Just slowly start moving things in. Put his stuff out in the garage.
And then for the 80th anniversaries, so for the Joker one, this is the only cover we got. We're only just going one cover on this one.
Yes, and then this one I'm excited to read as well because I've been enjoying it more than I thought I was going to, and it's Black Cat, #11. This series has actually been, to my surprise, decently good. I've been enjoying the read. I'm getting used to the new glare, but yeah. So I got Black Cat. This is one I got today that I'm excited to read. And that cat has 3 cats. There's one there, and then there's one there, and then there's one there. And then it's just so awesome because I am such a cat person.
Oh, it looks like Pup passed on death metal, and it looks like McD says me too. I kind of want to know if it's worth picking up before I do.
Hey, maybe if you work on your messages, you can get back to him and let him know if it's a good read.
Yeah, I'll try and let you guys know in enough time.
I'll try and remind him to let you guys know because he's so bad with messages.
I mean, even the original metal series, I didn't read until quite a bit later. I mean, because we have it in like hardcover, and we even have some of the tie-ins in trade, and like what was it called? Like
That
dark,
one thing.
like Dark Days. It's like the prequel, or not prequel, but it's like the prologue or epilogue.
Epilogue?
It's prologue or epilogue first. Epilogue, I think. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, it's what leads into metal. We have in trade
not
too.
sure.
Yeah, even though I haven't read it yet, but
This one I am super excited for. This series has been on fire.
this is like our favorite series.
It's been
Probably.
really, 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 really good. If you're not reading it, you totally should be. And I can't wait to read it. I don't know if you're ready for this goodness. I still need to read this one. But yeah, we just got this one today. And Daredevil has been so good. So good.
So good.
So.
Yeah, like I said, it's probably our favorite series going right now.
I think so. It's gotten to the point to where we got our books out of the hold. I put it in my stack of books. I'm like, nope, I'm reading it before you. I already know that, so it's going to my stack. It'll go out of my share of our budget that we put together.
So there was a couple quarter books that I was able. I mean, the quarter bin in our main LCS was actually on fire today. There was a lot of good stuff in there. So it's kind of a small miracle that I only got, I think, 3 from the quarter bin.
I got one more to show from today. That isn't the quarter bin. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Go.
So it is actually this one. I had to get a reader copy because I realized I didn't want to read the art germ.
Yeah, the art
And
germ
then
and the other one. I can't remember how you pronounce his name.
Hung Lee.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, we got this one as a reader copy, and it's just the Jarell Jones. That I had to get that one. And that one's just the reader copy because I wanted to read it when I got the other ones a couple weeks ago, but I realized they're both dark covers. I don't want to take them out of the bag. I just want to leave them in the
they
bag,
could be really easy to mess up.
But other than that, those are the only new books I got.
So here's the couple quarter books. Avengers
Saga is good.
343.
It's been a while since I got books, but I'm excited for the new Thor next week. It's going to be a great read. Yes, that has been a really good series too. I'm looking forward to that one.
ASM 381. And looks like Spectacular Spider-Man Annual 13.
Minority. Not buying any more new books since my shop closed. Concentrating on older books. Can't afford new and old. Yeah, that's true too. I've cut back on a lot of new books just so that I'd be able to get more old books. And the back issues at the main place we go is usually $2 no matter what, unless it's a price is marked. And so I really like when they have the sale where it's 20
Which they've been
or
having
50% off. Yeah, and they've been having it during this whole pandemic thing. So I've been making a killing getting really good back issues from them because they always have them listed as just $2, and then when they're on sale, it's definitely worth going in. So there's been new titles that I've cut back on just so I can get more back issues.
And I was surprised I hadn't had this one yet. Curse of the Spawn #1.
I know. I was really surprised that you didn't. I'm glad I looked it up because you thought that you had already had it. So I'm glad I looked it up. And
so this one, I didn't know that they did a facsimile to, and it's a huge grail of mine. So here's a facsimile of one, but House of Secrets 92.
Yeah, we found that
Speaking
today.
of Swamp Thing.
Yeah. When he showed me that, because we were already at budget, and I was looking for Mr. Gretzky and Stay Puft. I was looking all over for more books for you two. And then, like, last minute, he's like, Oh my goodness, I didn't even know they made a facsimile of this one. I was like, you have to get it. You have
Okay,
to.
so this next one is by far probably the craziest find that I found today, especially for it only being
Yes.
$10. Because of the movie, I thought that this book was worth a lot more. I mean, it definitely could be in better condition, but I would still think it would be worth more than $10. But Avengers 196 First Taskmaster. Uh, yeah, like I said, I found it for only like $10. So I don't know. I
Yeah,
kind of thought it was kind of.
it was GP's review the show last week. GP's that they did something is killing the children,
Oh
which
yeah.
is really good. I really like that series, so I'm excited to read that next one that came out because I've been reading the single issues.
And of course, had to check off some McFarlane Spideys. 307.
Mm-hmm. You got
321.
quite a bit more than I did today. That's okay. It'll be my turn next time. I'm sure.
That's how it usually goes.
That's very true, because oftentimes it's not very often that we both find a lot of books. It's usually either one or the other.
It's happened, but yeah,
It's a little more rare for us both to find a lot of books that we're looking for,
mhm.
whereas most often it fluctuates back and forth between the other. If one of us found more than the other, then yeah.
Yeah, here's that supervillain team up number 8. I was talking about.
Yes, he's been getting a lot of those.
Here's another facsimile.
Yeah, the first Taskmaster. I can't talk.
All right.
Taskmaster for $10. How do you get it?
Yeah, for sure.
And the way that when you were checking out getting it, it was as if he had just barely put it out today.
Yeah, he's all, oh, you found it. You know, he's all, good job.
He's done that a few times when we go there. He's done that quite a bit to where it's like even with some Catwoman books that I found there, he's like, oh, you found it, and it's as if they just barely put it out that day.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I did check a few more spawns off. Here's 35. And then some higher ones, 236. And 246. I'm going to have to update my spawn list now. Here, and then
Yes.
247.
You got quite a few spawns.
And 248.
And then I came across this one that I had to get, even though I have it raw and I have it slabbed. But it's one of those, every time you come across it, you're going to end up buying it.
Oh, Carlito said he needs the Tomb of Dracula Blade facsimile. Did they still have some at our main LCS?
I think so.
Because ours that I got it from the second, from our second LCS, but I can't remember if it was the only one.
I'm not sure.
If I can find another one, I'll pick one up for you. Because I remember I could have sworn that our LCS actually had a few of them. I'll have to remember. Because I actually almost, and if not, hopefully the nerd store still might have them, because that's where I almost got it the first time. But it was one of the books that I put back so that we can get your
Scott Lang.
First Scott Lang that they had, yeah.
The Avengers, yeah. We'll have to get back to you on that. We can double check.
Yeah,
Because
I'm gonna put that in my notes though to
Yeah.
look for that for him.
I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, we'll get back to you on that. But yeah, so this is one that I found today that I was just like, oh my goodness, I had to get it, because even though I already own it twice, it's wonderful.
I have those books too, that every time you come across it, like, you're gonna get it.
But I think 3 copies is good enough.
Well,
Having
yeah,
2
yeah.
raw and 1 slabbed, it is none other than the goodness of Jim Balent, Catwoman.
Yeah. It's such a good cover.
The first raw copy I saw this, the second one that I got after the one that I have slabbed,
Yeah.
was only $1.
Yeah, you not only that, you found that at the first store today. Then we go to the second one and you saw another one.
Yep. Yeah, I saw this. Yeah, because at Volts is where I had found it, and I'm like, should I get it? I know I already have it, but I'm like, I kind of want to, and I did. And then when we went to the second LCS, Black Cats, I had seen it again. It wasn't as good in shape as this one was, but I was just like, well, I already now have 3 copies of this issue. But you all know that Selena Kyle is my all-time favorite. So I had to when I saw it for the third time. I'm like, okay, I have 2 raw and 1 slabbed, and the slab is right there, and it's a 9.6.
9.6.
And then this one I think could probably get like a 9.0. Like it's beautiful. It's a good copy.
Do you think it's probably not quite as good condition as the 9.6?
Maybe not, but it's only because I see that spine tick right there.
But it's probably, oh yeah.
It's probably still at least a 9.
I think that's all that one has is a really minor, or it could just even just be a corner, because when it's a 9.6, I mean it's normally something super minor. It's normally just like
It's still
a dulled corner.
Yeah, it still presents really well, so I had to get it. I had to. So.
All right, yeah, and it looks like my last 4 books are newer ones, too.
Yes.
Batman 92.
Batman. I
forgot
love
about
Selena
this
Kyle.
one.
She's my favoriteest.
The Batman Adventures Classic #1.
Mm-hmm.
Deadpool #5. Unfortunately, I'm kind of hanging by a thread on this series.
Batman 635. As soon as I see them, I pick them up. Yeah, it's just you come across those ones that it's like you already have so many copies of it, but you come across it and it's not something that you come across so often. That it's like, yeah, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah,
Might as well.
And then Superman 22. Yeah, the book that I have like that is.
You have quite a few.
Yeah, there is quite a few. I mean,
there's the Spider-Man #1 McFarlane. Where I have
that one.
Where we have the shirt.
Daredevil #1, Deadpool #1, X-Force #2, which is Deadpool's second appearance.
I forgot to tell you something at the first store.
What? Something you saw that you didn't tell me?
Yeah.
Don't tell me, because that's what I'm going to be going back.
Or it was just the blue version of it that I think we have.
The blue version?
Yeah. Because we have the red of it. And it was the black version that you wanted. It was ASM or Spider-Man anniversary. It was the blue one.
Okay. Yeah.
With the hologram.
We need the black one, the one from ASM.
Yeah. See, so it wasn't the black one. It was the blue one with the hologram.
Yeah, because isn't it?
Because I know we have the red one. And I meant to go and tell you, and then I forgot.
Yeah, because isn't the black one?
I know it's the black one that you want, but but don't we have the blue one already? Don't we have the red and the blue? Because it's like the 80th. No, I don't even know if it's the 80th. It's an anniversary.
Yeah, it's the anniversary issues that they did for Spider-Man, where it was the hologram issue across all titles. We used to have the black one, and I think the black one is like first Spider-Man 2099 or something like that.
They didn't have the black one. It was the blue one that I saw. They had the red one that I know we already have, and then they had the blue one. There's like a light blue one.
Yeah, I think the red one is the only one that we have now.
Yeah. And I meant to go back and show you the blue one because I didn't know if you would want it or not, and I forgot. I got distracted.
Oh, yeah. Werewolf by Lunchtime actually asked a really good question, and it's a question that I like seeing the way other couple collectors do it as well. He asks, do you have personal collections, or do you share everything? And we pretty much just share everything. I mean, we like a lot of the same stuff. All our books are all just in one place all together. I mean, like if we weren't here and you were to come in here, like it could look like it was just one collector.
Yeah, because I know that when we first started collecting, and by about your third long box, my second short box of stuff, we were originally doing it to where it was like his and mine, and so they were separated. At first, they were definitely our collections were separated, but then I realized once we moved in here and started setting up more, is like, why not have them all together? So we have it just all alphabetized as if it's one collection, but there's a lot of stuff that you can tell is definitely more him, and it's some stuff that's definitely more me.
That's true.
Like a lot of the indies is really majority all me.
Yeah.
Like all the indies that we have, there's only like Spawn is the only main indie one that
Spawn
you
and
have.
Lady Mechanica.
But yeah, we pretty much just share everything because it's just kind of easier to find that way too.
Yeah.
At first, I wanted to have it separated to where it was his and mine, and then I'm like, well, what's the point in that? Where it's like I really love Catwoman, but then so do you.
Yeah.
That it's like may as well just put it all together.
I mean,
And it makes it easier to catalog and have filed because in that way it's not like two separate A through Z's
yeah, right.
of
yeah.
DC and Marvel.
Yeah.
But and then this is the last book that I found today that I had to get because it is number 1 to a trade that we have, and it was one that I surprised Tim with that I found.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which,
So it was a Lady Mechanica.
Lady Mechanica #1. Yeah, a book I really want to find. I mean, I would even go as far as saying it's kind of like a personal grail, but the first appearance of Lady Mechanica.
Yes, I agree.
I would love to find that.
Yeah, this one is the number 1 to Clockwork Assassin, and it's a really good trade. But I found the single issue today that I'm like, I don't think we have this one. I think we only have it in trade.
Yeah.
And I double checked, and I was right, and it is a good copy, so I had to get it. This one was at Volts, so it was only like $1.
Probably $1. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good find. But yeah, I find it easier for our collection to be just mashed together.
I mean, I like superhero stuff more than you do. I mean, you like it, but admittedly, like I like it more than you do. Where you, like you said, prefer indie over that a little bit.
I really love facsimiles for the same reason that you do, McD, is that some of them are just easier attainable through the facsimile than it is getting the legit version of that book because it can be pricey.
Yeah, like the first Swamp Thing that I was able to get facsimile.
Yeah, and like that first Poison Ivy right there, that one's a facsimile. It's not the legit version of it. It's a facsimile, but I really love it. And then to answer your question, Andy, we actually have about 3,634 books that are at least cataloged, but that doesn't count for duplicates and the ones that aren't in the app. Mm-hmm. Because there's some of them that I've come across where they don't have them in the app at all.
Like a lot of our Golden Age books.
Like the Looney Tunes and the
Lone Rangers and
Lone Ranger. I couldn't find it, and then it doesn't also have like the duplicates, like because the app that I use most of the time is League of Comic Geeks, and I really want to update it to CLZ. We just haven't paid for it yet, and I haven't actually started it yet, even though I really want to. But yeah, that's as many books as we have together.
Oh,
so.
yeah, I just noticed. Yeah, McD said, so am I, man, I want to love it because it's Deadpool, but I feel the same when I was talking about the Deadpool series. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate when your favorite character series isn't really that good, you know? I mean, honestly, of that Deadpool series so far, I don't think the writing's really been that bad. It's just the art for me is just... It's almost it's too unbearable.
The month I first walked into a comic shop was when McFarlane's Spider-Man was out on the shelf.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Who was it? Kachung.
Kachung, yeah. He's a big McFarlane fan.
Yeah, I love McFarlane. And honestly, a lot of it goes back to that to the 90s. I mean, Spawn #1 was at least in what sticks in my mind one of the first books I remember buying with my own money.
And Sean Stay Puft has really been killing it with sending Green Arrow books.
Oh, yeah.
That I noticed the whole Mike Gurrell Green Arrow part would probably fill one short box.
A short box?
Yeah, like it would, the whole run of Mike Gurrell.
Of just the Gurrell one, yeah.
Yeah, from 1 to 137 would fill a short box. One. But I have it separated because like this one, because it's over here is a indie, A, B, like A through W, and then there's an empty box for room to grow for the collection, and then over here is DC. And so for DC, it's like halfway through the box that it goes into Green Arrow, Gurel, that I have 1 through 80 of Gurel, Green Arrow in that box, and then down over here in this one, and that one where it just continues is the remaining run from that year.
After grow, you mean?
Yeah.
The rest of it.
But we actually have an empty box between each. What is it? Publisher?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have Indie, empty box, DC, empty box, Marvel, empty box, and we did it that way so that there was enough room for
room to grow.
But
and it is also good future proofing too, because as we grow, we can also go a couple more rows up too.
Yeah, I actually really need to move some books over, because out of all of the ones that Stay Puft has sent me, they don't fit in the box right now. I have to move some of the Supermans over to the next box to make room for the other ones. So they're still kind of like in a stack, but
yeah, there was a question back here I wanted to answer too. I believe. Let me find it again. Sorry,
I got sidetracked.
I believe it was Andy that asked if we read Swamp Thing. Which we do. I'm a huge Swamp Thing fan.
Yes, you are.
Back when I was a kid, like the movies, I was a huge fan of them, and we have. We sold a few of them from that Swamp Thing Volume 1. Some of the Bernie Wrightson ones, but we do still have a couple.
Yeah, we do still have a couple. Carlito asked a good question. Do I like the CW series? For the most part, I do. Yes, I really liked how it started. It is the first 3 or 4 seasons were really good, and then we were catching up on the ones that we fell behind on, and I think we got to season 5. So I haven't caught up on all of the Arrow series on the CW, but I have seen at least the first 3 to 4 seasons. It was around the time that Felicity and Arrow started to get romantically involved, and then we just haven't finished catching up on it. So, yeah. I mean, I think it started out strong. At some point, I do want to catch up on it and see what happens. But even talking with my brother-in-law and talking with my mom, they both kind of agree that it at the point that we had started before we stopped watching it so much.
Yeah, the point we had gotten to.
Yeah, the point that we had gotten to was the one that where a lot of people were like, okay, this is just get over it already, where it's like
when it becomes the Elicity show.
Elicity, yeah.
Yeah, is what they call it, yeah.
So I haven't actually seen that bit of it,
because I really want to get to the crossovers and stuff, because we haven't even watched those. Even though we've heard from multiple people that you can kind of watch them standalone-ish. You don't really need to know too much of what's been going on.
Yeah. So for the most part, I think it started strong. I think it started really good, and I think we stopped around the 4th or 5th season.
Yeah, it was somewhere like that.
We still need to catch up on the rest.
Because it was right before Legends comes in.
Right.
So we were on, season 4 or 5. It was season 2 of Flash, I think.
Yes, because by the time we had gotten to about the 3rd season of Arrow and we had caught up on it is when we started watching it in the suggested order, where it goes from Flash, Supergirl, Arrow, and you watch 2 episodes of Flash, and then you watch 1 of Arrow, and then 1 of Supergirl, and then 2 of Arrow, or 3 of Supergirl, and then it just kind of bounces over. So we had gotten to the point where we would watch Flash, and then we'd watch Supergirl, and then we'd go back to Arrow, but we ended up just not sticking with it.
I mean, I'm sure we'll jump back on it and keep watching it.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of been our series with it, honestly, is we'll be hooked into it, we'll watch big chunks of it, then we'll take a break and not watch it for a month, and then get back in, and then that's just kind of how we've been going with it. But I have been following a watch order that I found online of the entire Arrowverse. And there was a McD asked if I ever read Samurai's Blood, and I've still been kind of looking for it.
Or he hasn't found it yet.
I remember, it was because that was that book that you were talking about like a while back.
I gotta agree with Russ here. Season 2 of Arrow is his favorite. Loved the Deathstroke episodes.
Oh yeah,
I gotta agree. Those were really good. The actor that they had play Deathstroke was just so perfect.
he was really good as him. Yeah,
So perfect. And I loved seeing a different side to John Barrowman being the Black Archer.
yeah,
I really enjoyed that too.
yeah. He was.
The second
really
season
good
was
in
really
it.
good. I think Arrow started off strong, like really good, and then I just haven't kept up with it. But those Deathstroke episodes were really good, especially when they brought in Shadow.
Oh yeah,
Oh, love Shadow.
yeah. That was a really good season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Carlito said I stopped watching weekly after season 6, episode 1. So, yeah,
We stopped
not
watching.
too far from us.
We stopped watching The Walking Dead 2 after I think we're like 3 or 4 seasons behind now.
Yeah, a good 3 or 4.
Although to be fair, it originally had stopped watching it because we didn't have cable anymore. Like
Yeah, when we moved, which
it was that brief period of time that we went without cable because it was like why we hardly ever watch it.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
we
'cause
just
and
didn't have
even-
cable for a while.
even still we don't really watch TV that much.
It's rare.
Most of the time we have comic community stuff pull up on the TV.
Yep.
We watch YouTube on the TV more
I
than
watch
anything.
more YouTube than I do TV.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I watch TV, but it's rare.
There was yeah, because
Deathstroke was a really good part of Arrow.
other Swamp Things that we have is the Swamp. I'm looking at right now. It's the Protector of the Green Swamp Thing trade that I think Scott Snyder did that one.
I have a Swamp Thing trade out in the living room in my stack to
That's
read.
what I'm looking for, and that's actually
That's in my stack to read.
that's actually the Bernie Wrightson issues.
Yeah.
That trade is those collected in it.
Yes.
It's the Swamp Thing Bronze Age
Yes.
omnibus or Bronze Age collection, whatever they call it. But
It's a trade paperback.
yeah, I really want to read that
Collection.
too.
I pulled it out and put it in my to reads after I read the Walmart Swamp Thing.
Oh yeah, we have a few of those
Because
to read
we had
too.
gotten a few Walmart books, and I had read the first 2 or 3 Swamp Things in the Walmart series, and I was like, I want to read more Swamp Thing. Like, I want to read even more.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took the Bronze Age trade out to the living room where the Balin Catwoman is, and Die and Saga trade 7. Yeah.
God, I know. I hope that series picks up at some time because we're getting kind of close to the stopping point, and we've been reading it really slow so that we don't.
I've been jumping back and forth
Yeah.
between different reads because I have the Catwoman trade and then the Die, Saga, Swamp Thing, She-Hulk, Ant-Man, and those are like my to read trades. And then I have issues because I sometimes bounce back and forth. Like sometimes I want to read trades, and then other times I'm like, no, I want to read single issues. But I usually jump back and forth. But yeah, that Swamp Thing is out in my stack to read. Which is actually pretty funny. When we were moving some stuff around in displays, I was like, I want to have more space on my side table out in the living room because it's like he has the same size side table, and then he also has like a shelf and then a magazine rack. And then I was like, oh, well, I want more space. I want to be able to have more room on my side. And during the process of moving things around, I had completely caught up on my Sandman universe that I was like, oh, wait, that's all I had to do. Now I have enough space. Like, now there's so much more space that I don't have a stack of books to read there. I'm like, oh, it's amazing what happens when you actually get to your to reads and you move them and it creates more space.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a special kind of special.
Well, yeah, and then when you read, all your books that you have sitting there,
Yeah. I made a killing and knocked out a bunch of them.
Yeah, because you're almost all caught up on it, huh?
Yeah, the 2 issues that I have in this stack that we got 2 weeks ago, and then I think I only have like 3 others that are out there right now, and they're on top of the trades that I have stacked out there to read. So,
All
quite a
right.
bit.
All right, Super Russ, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you have a good rest of your Saturday. Have a
Yes,
good
have a
weekend.
great rest of your Saturday for sure. I think we're getting about ready to wrap up.
Well, one thing I wanted to get into real quick is um, the PlayStation 5 was finally unveiled, which you've seen pictures of it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you think kind of the like what it looks like and stuff? Because remember before the console itself was unveiled, and
One's a tower and
we
the
saw that
others.
clip of the controller though. Well, I'm talking about just PlayStation for right now. But remember when we saw that video clip of the guy using the controller?
Was that the
Remember, and it
tower
had
or
the
the?
screen. No, the tower is the Xbox Series X.
Oh, so it was the router looking one. Oh, okay.
The
Yeah.
PS5 is the white one.
That looks like a router.
That yeah, it looks like a
Yeah.
like
I'm
a
excited for
stormtrooper
it.
router.
I'm excited for it. I think it looks good. Not bad. I think it'll save space the way that they designed it.
Yeah, I mean, and it
So,
looks like there's going to be 2 different versions of it as well too. One where it's like a digital only one, so it doesn't have a disc, uh, slot, to where it's digital only. You just download the
I can't
games.
go that route.
Yeah,
I still wish I had a VHS player because I still have VHS. I don't want to throw away my childhood.
yeah, but
I would need some physical floppy disks.
yeah, when we get one, we'll definitely get the disc one.
Yeah, but I think it looks good. I think it's exciting. I think it looks really good.
And I don't know if I told you this, there was actually like a leak, where the price looked like it was leaked on Amazon.
Agreed with. I'm in the minority too. I think it looks dope. A leak on Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon. So it was like a European. I can't remember exactly where. It was like Germany, or I can't remember exactly where, but it was like a European Amazon site or something. Like it was listed, like pre-orders was listed with a price on it, but then it was obviously shortly removed after. But it was I think it was like 400 for the digital and 500 for the like disc one, which I think is pretty much from most stuff I've been reading is right in lines with what a lot of analysts are thinking that it would be priced at.
You would think the digital and the other one would just be the same because I mean like.
Well,
It's
it doesn't have to have
essentially-
it doesn't have to have an optical disc drive, so they're able to have it at like $100 cheaper.
But they should just sell it for the same price.
That's not how it works.
Well, everything should be 5 cents. That would be awesome.
You're
You need a pack of
exhausting.
smokes? Yeah, go get a pack of smokes for 5 cents. Take me back in time. Take me back in time.
Yeah, but
I
so
would need the disc.
and then as far as
'Cause
the
I liked it, but I mean, what's the point of a digital one? Like, what happens if it like gets fried and you lose everything? You gotta have some kind of backup storage and disc, and like with the physical disc, you still have that.
yeah,
like,
you still have the disc where you can re-download it or whatever. But
yeah.
I really like the fact that they're gonna have SSDs instead of just regular hard drives. So they're gonna be running on SSDs.
Every time you go into like Xbox and PlayStation, it still just really reminds me of the Big Bang Theory, where Sheldon can't decide between the PS4 or the Xbox, and he's just going back and forth, and then she's just like, "Okay, I'll give you my undivided attention." And she's like, "What? No way!" It's so great, and her final response is just like, because he's like, "I know, what should I do?" And she's just like, "Please pass the butter." It's great. That's what it reminds me of every time you bring up PlayStation and Xbox, because I like them both. I mean, originally I liked PlayStation a hell of a lot more than I did Xbox, And then I got hooked to Destiny on Xbox, and now I like them both, and I'm excited for both of them. I just can't wait.
Yeah. Bottom line is, I'm pretty sure
'Cause I
both of
know
us are right there. Yeah, we're hyped for both of them.
I know either way, you're gonna be the one getting the new one, and I'm gonna be getting the old one that you already have, and I'm perfectly good with the Spider-Man PS4
Well, yeah,
that
because
you
it's the
have.
PS4 Pro, the Spider-Man one,
And it's gonna be mine soon, so.
and then the Xbox is the what the Xbox called? There's it's not the Pro one. I'm brain farting right now. Holy cow!
Xbox One? No, not one.
No, it's like the
Xbox
One X or something.
One X.
I can't remember.
Scorpion. Wasn't it like Scorpion?
That's what their
Project,
Project Scorpion or whatever. That's what their like internal name was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Agreed. What
See-
happens when the cloud evaporates? All these millennials gonna be crying.
I know. I was
They
just
would
reading
be
that.
too. They would be.
Right.
They don't know the struggle.
For real.
But
it's gonna be
yeah,
it's gonna be interesting though, because I don't think we have exact dates on either one, so I don't know what one comes out before what. They're both slated for holiday of this year, both of them.
All I know is that the way that we do it is you get the new ones and I get the old one, and I already have an Xbox, so I won't necessarily need your Xbox, but I'll have your Spider-Man PlayStation where I can finally play.
Oh, I know we need to play Hellblade.
Hellblade.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah, Hellblade, and then Two Souls
The sequel to that looks good too.
and Lost Legacy.
Oh, and as just a little side
Heavy
note too,
Yeah.
one of our other shows that we're planning is going to be a gaming one where we talk about just about gaming, called
Yes.
Control Issues.
He's got control issues. I don't.
Yeah,
Maybe. No, I'm just kidding. I'm really OCD. Right.
we're both OCD, and it's
Yeah.
weird because sometimes mine's worse, sometimes yours is worse.
Sometimes
It can just go either way.
it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Halo was a good game.
If I'm
back in the day.
what I'm really stoked though is we're supposed to finally. I know on the Xbox Series X for sure, and I'm pretty sure I would think it's the same for the PS5 as well. But we should finally get console 60 frames per second, and supposedly like the benchmarks that they're seeing on these consoles are
What happened to
right
5G?
up there with what?
What happened to 5G? That was promised with all the internet and like upgrades and evolution of new things
I thought
coming
you were
out.
talking about DC's 5G stuff that they were talking about.
No, I was talking in general 5G. Like everybody has the 4G, and then there's people in the other countries that think that like the corona and everything is caused by the 5G towers, and it's just like, yeah.
One of my many
That's
bosses.
what I wonder.
One of my many bosses at work the other day.
Crossplay will be exciting too.
I
I'm
don't
excited
know.
for that.
I don't know if he got one or something, but he was something talking about like 5K, like something
5G.
TV or something. I don't know.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't be
Okay. So
surprised.
supposedly, from what I've heard, I think both are supposed to be cross-play. So like PS5 and PS4, Xbox Series X and Xbox One. They're supposed to be pretty backwards compatible and
Yes.
cross-play.
I'm excited
The
for
cross-play
the crossplay.
that everyone wants, except Sony, it seems like, is the Xbox to PlayStation and vice versa. Because obviously with Xbox, they're seeing crossplay now, with PC and console. And with these consoles finally being able to get 60 frames and all that, that gap should be lessened somewhat. When PC and console is playing together, because you can normally tell who's on PC and who's not.
Yes, that's true. And who's glitching out?
I can't wait till eventually I
Who's
get
on
a
the
new
bad Wi-Fi span?
that
where they
that too.
glitch out?
Yeah, lag switching and
Lag. Those bastards.
but yeah, I can't wait till I get a new desktop eventually. And
It's really hot in here, and I don't know why.
I know it's for whatever reason. I don't know if our AC isn't working or what, but it's when we got back from hunting. As soon as we walked in, it was like a kick in the face, like how hot it was in here.
It's supposed to be colder than it was. And I have to work tomorrow, and I don't want to, but I have to.
Oh yeah, Andy said I heard PS5 and Xbox X will be crossplay. I have heard
Yep.
that too from a couple from a couple different places, and then I've seen it from
Right? He needs
others.
to be talking about your pay raise, 5G.
I know, right?
That's what I agree. I agree.
For real, he better be. But no, don't even get me started on them.
True.
But yeah, so like I have heard that from a couple others, but then I've heard from like other ones that's not. So I don't know. It's kind of like
I just thought I'd show that real quick.
I think eventually we'll get there. Eventually, though, I hope,
Matter of time.
because there's always been times where like we play on this, and then someone we want to play with plays something else, and
Matter of time. Give it time.
I'm
All you
still-
need is time.
I'm still really looking forward to the Avengers game too.
All you need is time. And the Miles Morales game,
Yeah, that looked really good.
that one's blowing up.
I think that's actually going to be a launch title for PS5.
Yes.
I think it's going to be on PS4 as well, but
Mhm.
I think I saw something. It's going to be a PS5 launch title.
I have the will, and he's a chase. And he has a bloody eye. Saga.
Yeah, it would be cool though, for sure. I've wanted to see it for a long time, and
Yeah.
a lot of people have, like, full blown crossplay, Sony and
I have really
Microsoft.
wanted that for a while too, because that would just be awesome. And it's so stupid how like is Sony and PlayStation have the exclusive, like they don't want to. They're the ones that are resistant against wanting the crossplay because they get the exclusive things that are only with them. But it's like, quit being so greedy.
You are kind of
Like,
seeing that a little less.
Quit being so greedy, people.
Like when Destiny was still on with Activision, and you would see like exclusive levels and multiplayer maps and exclusive strikes and exclusive weapons on just the Sony version. Thank God
Right.
Bungie was able to pull away from Activision, and now it's just them overseeing Destiny. So there isn't. I mean, they made Destiny free to play. So I mean the I think it's like the base game. I think the only time that you pay for it is like the expansions,
Possibly. I think you're right.
if I remember right.
Anywho.
Speaking of which, on Destiny News, that's another show that I'm gonna be working on. I got to
Overachiever.
do an all Destiny show.
Overachiever. Overachiever.
Because the homie Bueller said that he would join me
Yes.
sometime,
You're an overachiever.
and I'll have to do that with him for sure. Because
Yes.
Bueller's a Destiny guy too.
I love Bueller. Bueller is so awesome.
Yeah, I love Bueller.
I'm gonna hit you in the head with the zap. Are you ready? It's gonna be zap. I'm just gonna go bonk and hit you in the head. Just kidding. I wouldn't do that. I'm not that mean. I gotta find a new place for this because this was up on the wall. But we'll find a new place for it. Batman. You need to stop.
On that note, werewolf.
goodness
How long
gracious.
until holographic games? God, shit, probably not that far off.
Right?
The way how fast this technology.
How long until the
Advances.
fifth element?
That was on last night. Well, yesterday we were kind of watching it a little bit.
It was good.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that in a long time.
I hadn't seen it in a long time either. It was a good show. Above the electrical box. I agree. Anywho, I don't really got anything
Yeah.
else to go off of. I know we still got to go out and do a couple other things and
Oh, real quick, there was just like one thing of news that I read last night. I want to real quick, and I think that they're doing. I saw something Robert Kirkman doing.
his story.
Yeah, it should be coming out in July, I think they said. So next month, just a one issue, like one shot, Walking Dead story called Negan Lives, and I guess it's supposed to be just kind of picking up with the character Negan after his last appearance, and so you'll see what like his character's been up to since his last appearance in the comics, and I don't think it's free for the public, but I think it's free for the comic book stores, and it's as like a
Yes.
campaign to Um, it's part of this campaign to I can't remember what it's called. Oh, I wish I remembered it. But it's to help comic book shops that were affected by the COVID 19 pandemic, and so I think it's awesome that there's people out there there's traders out there doing this.
Yeah, I won't forget your message. We'll get back to you on that.
Yeah. I haven't read it yet, so she'll have to tell it to me after the show.
Which we can wrap up now because it's 20 minutes later. I still have to get to bed by 9 to be up at 7.
I know, and we need
to
go
be
eat
up at like
dinner
6.
yeah.
So like, no offense or anything, but I have to get to bed early tonight because I have to wake up at like 6:30 and clock into work at 7. And there's still so much more to do, and it's already 6:30.
All right.
I love you. Anyways,
all right.
It's been a great show. Thank you guys all so much for joining us.
Yes.
Truly appreciate it. It's good, and we got to take care of a few other things, and then I'm gonna get back to your message, Carlito, for sure.
For sure. Yeah, thank you guys. We love y'all. Have a safe, happy weekend.
Live long and prosper, always.
May all your
Cheers.
issues come true.
Cheers. Cheers.
Oh, come on.